Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what's going on in August. Okay, we're going to do the overview first, of course, and then we'll go in deep on the very first week, which is the 4th through the 10th. And I have a couple of things to talk about first. Number one, I'm not at home, so you can see everything's a little bit different. In fact, everything is totally different. I will be using all new decks. And because I'm out of town, I'm in Washington, I have hosts that live above me, and they are going to be making their own living noises. And so if you hear things in the background, that's probably what it's all about. I wouldn't be concerned. All right, so excellent news. Let's go ahead and get into what's going on here. I am going to light a candle first to kind of get the vibes going, right? Keeps me centered and grounded in my deal here, so I like to light the candle. There we go. It isn't a special flavor or a special scent. It just is a really nice point of reference. All right, so excellent news. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get you a card for the month. All right, like I said, I have brand new decks. This is the Sacred Forest Oracle. All of them will be in the comments below, so or in the description box, so please go ahead and check that out. All pretty much available on Etsy, or some of them also Amazon. That's your card right there. All right, let me set these aside. Let's look at our card for the month. Meandering Pathway, Flow. Cool, right on. So this card here speaks to following whatever's going on, right? It's the flow. So when we go with the flow, we kind of go with where the wind takes us, right? I see flexibility in this card. I see curiosity. I see a whimsical interest in just about anything and everything. So you just kind of go where you want to go, see what you want to see. It isn't about being so struck or so intent on things being a specific way that we can't go beyond and have a good time and be curious. Follow the light, follow the crows, follow whatever's following us, right? It's good. Whatever's guiding us. This is a terrific card, and I really like it for you. So we're going to set that there. This is your goal for the month, or a message for the month to, when you have time and you can, just kind of see where life takes you instead of trying to swoosh it all into a specific place, going a certain thing, doing that stuff. We do enough of that in our lives, so doing a little less of that can be fun. All right, so I have the deck of cards here that's pre-programmed for you. That's a magical Nordic tarot. Fabulous. This was gifted to me by my sister. God bless you, and thank you very much, Miss Carol. Shout out to Miss Carol. We're going to go ahead and lay these out. We have the 4 rows for the 4 weeks, right? Or 4 columns, and 3 rows where we are, what's blocking us, and what our solution is. As per usual. Yes. And the big message for all 12 signs from my spirit is that we want you to consider the possibility of coming together. Everybody's going to have to come together on something, okay? I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but it's everybody, all 12 signs are coming together in some way, and I like that for us all. It's going to be great fun. There is private messages for you, and your private message right now is to stay balanced, okay? So whatever you're working on, you want to stay, watch your feet, right? Don't get off balance. Don't do too much of one thing and not enough of the other. All right, you know how that applies in your life. Everybody's, it's going to happen differently, so just let's keep that in mind. This isn't a one-to-one reading, so it'll be how you apply it to your personal life that is most important for you, okay? Let's talk about the first week of August, the 4th through the 10th. We have the world in front of us. The world is all about how we're completing one cycle and starting another. So it's really quite about endings and beginnings and appreciating the possibility of the growth that has happened from the ending of this one cycle and into the next cycle that we're starting. Because we always grow a little, you know, when we pack up our tools from one specific project we're working on, we go, okay, well, I'll take my stuff with me and go over to the next thing. And you start unpacking your tools, and you're like, yeah, I remember that I needed this tool and I needed this tool, and now I have these new tools because I know I needed those before, but I didn't have them, and now you do. So you've brought new tools to the table. I really like that. There's a real feeling of progression and expansion for you. I'm not sure why, but I'm feeling like you've expanded yourself in some way. That's very cool. I like that. Where you're blocked is the Ace of Pentacles. So the gift of finance, the free money situation is really happening right now. So just know that whatever you do or whatever you get paid for, wherever your money comes from, you worked for it. Okay? It's nothing free. And then I see charity comes up, which is one of the extra cards in this deck. This deck has a couple of special artist deck cards that are part of the major arcana. I have this other deck that has the same thing. Interesting, two decks at the same time having extra cards. But this is called charity, and it speaks to being generous in any which way you can. And if this may not have to do with money, it might have to do with time, energy, a bent ear, willing listening. Listen from your heart, right? Giving what you can. It's always a good choice without it having, as long as it doesn't put you out, right? This could very well be that you're giving, like by cleaning out your closet and you give that, or you clean out your garage and then you do that. It's good. It's going to be beautiful. You'll open. It's another way of opening up to the flow, which is your guiding word. I like that for you very much. It's going to be great. Okay? So this card here is talking about the next week over, which is the 11th through the 17th of August. Yeah, I brought my cat with me to Washington, and he gets fussy. Oh, no. We don't need a visit. We don't need a visit. All right. I hope he doesn't visit. So far, he's distracted. That's good news. So yes, for the 11th through the 17th, we have the Magician. You have all the tools at your disposal, so you can make anything you want happen as long as you're willing to make the effort to get it. Cool. Good job. The Five of Pentacles is talking about how where you're blocked this particular week. Getting advice isn't going to be helpful to you at this time about your finances. It's just going to sort of block you from moving forward. Like someone will tell you, well, you really can't afford to do that, or whatever. It's going to stop you from dreaming. But it might be informative enough to say, hey, by the way, maybe next week, right? Maybe next week. It isn't saying no forever. It's just saying no for now, right? No for this week. Now, interestingly, it may be a block, but the alternative is the devil, just showing us that you might, in fact, sabotage yourself in some way, which could be by using the tools at your disposal to push forward. Well, I mean, you can do what you want to, but it doesn't have to be all the way, right? I feel like somehow the information is going to be useful to keep you from sabotaging yourself, okay? So don't overspend on something if you don't have it to do it, okay? Cool. You'll notice that the owl in the cage has the gate wide open while he's doing his thing in a small tornado. And so the owl can get away. The wisdom can get away from you, right? So be aware that you may be not paying attention to the wisdom you already have. That's not great news. So, cool. Aquarius, let's talk about the 18th through the 24th. We have the Chariot. Great movement. A trip. It could be a day trip. It could be an opportunity. This is the Chariot, of course. Your house could be moving. Your job could be moving. Major change is happening. Remember that we're going with the flow. The meandering pathways. Things that come up that don't make any sense to you could truly be heading you in the right direction. So be aware you could be going in the right direction without even knowing it. Queen of Wands is actually going to be standing in your way this week. This could be someone of like mind, down to earth, easygoing. But no, she's like, wait, let's hang out. And they're like, but I have to go and do this thing. I have this thing. I have to kind of follow my bliss in this moment. And you're like, So make a date with this person when you're done with your trip, okay? Just make a date with that person when you're done with your trip, and it will be okay. We have the Tower here showing that things could be falling together for you as a result of you having made new arrangements and following your bliss. For some of you, it is falling together perfectly. And for a couple of you, I think it's going to not work out too good. As in, you're going to take a trip just when everything is starting to fall in a way. And because you're gone, it falls apart, okay? So your little adventure is going to make things not go right. Not everybody, just some, okay? So know about that, understand that, and we'll work on this, okay? Now we have the next week over, the 25th through the 31st. And the 25th through the 31st is speaking to the Eight of Cups, which shows me that there's somebody in your life that's no longer serving you that you might have to walk away from. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that they're a bad person. It just means that you two shouldn't hang out anymore, okay? They need more than you can give, or you are just too busy to handle what they got going on, all right? And that's important, to create good boundaries and release whatever's not working so that you can move forward, all right? They will grow more by hanging out with other people than they will by hanging out with you. That's kind of the deal. So it's important for you to release them and let them go. The Knight of Cups is here talking about how this area is where you're blocked. So fighting for your heart's desire at this time isn't going to work out so good for you, okay? So that's why it's not like a big deal here, but it's like it's an ending. And when you do it, it'll help, all right? The solution for you this week is to help other people with your power. So what you do know won't help this person, so they need to go and find somebody else who will help them what they need to know. But what you do have is information that will help other people. So use your information to help other people. Use your power to help other people. This is going to be great. I really like that for you because it's kind of your thing. It's kind of your bag. It's very much who you are as a person, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and save these cards over here so that we can go ahead and go in deep on this first week of August for you. All right. So here we are. We have these 3 cards, and we have this pre-programmed deck for you. We'll go ahead and add some more information. And yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. Let's look at what we have here. We talked about the world. We talked about you completing something and starting another, but bringing more knowledge, new knowledge to the table, right? You were bringing new knowledge with you. You're wiser now than you were before, which is super cool. This is, of course, the 4th through the 10th. So keep that in mind. And remember that whatever you're even bringing new technology to the situation, which I really like. Very good. It's going to keep you moving in the right direction. Perfect. And the Queen of Wands is showing that there is somebody of like mind who's going to be there, being a friend and supportive and friendly. So keep that in mind. It's super cool, super easy. You can and you will be able to handle your situation. The King of Swords, well, she's going to be a supportive pal, right? Somebody who likes to talk to you and will help you square away your ideas as you're working through it. Very nice. The King of Swords is going to be somebody else in the mix who actually is kind of particular about how they want things done. You may have to readdress and regroup. He might be a new boss who is going to be very particular, so you want to pay attention to how that comes through, okay? Some of you, it's going to be somebody who's trying to tell you what to do all the time, just their way, and that's not very fun, but you're going to work it through, all right? There's possibilities for you in this moment. The Ace of Pentacles is showing where you're blocked. We talked about there's not any free money coming your way, and that's true. So we need to figure a way out. We have charity over here, which is a way out. But right now, realize that anything you get in your world is going to be something you worked for, okay? So anyone looks at you sideways, you just know in your heart, I earned this. Go away. Temperance is reminding you, of course, even though there's no free money, there's always enough, okay? There's going to be enough food, enough time, enough you, enough love, enough everything to go around. The big dumb lie is dead, right? And Temperance is reminding you to because it's in the block department, the lie is dead, but we want you to remember that staying in the flow is important. This is speaking to how there will be constraints. I'm saying right now, yeah, there's constraints. There's no free money. This is blocked. The flow is blocked right now. Interesting to have the flow be here, but the flow is blocked. So pay attention to the fact that when there's no free money, you might be on tuna and chop ramen or something, and that's okay. Your finances are tough. You will survive this, okay? This is kind of a frustration, but it's another opportunity for you to step into charity here and move forward, because you can give. Even though you feel restricted, you're not. You're going to be okay. All you have to do is open the door and let something out, and it will open the door to things coming in, okay? Leave that door open. Using your better judgment is going to be tough. You're not going to know what to do exactly, so let somebody else help you when you're cleaning out your closet or your garage, so that you know that you're not getting rid of something you need, okay? But when you do, and you figure it out, and you start to give it away, things will change. Things will just shift. Even if it's just a matter of your own perspective, as you watch somebody walk away with something that you needed or that you had, and they are coveting it in a way that is like, oh my God, wow, I just changed somebody's life with that. That's great. Perfect. The Six of Pentacles shows up reminding you that because of your charity, there's going to be something that starts to flow for you, okay? And you will, in fact, be in a position to receive money and or other stuff that you have coming, but it's going to come in its own perfect timing. I really like this very much. So you're going to start out starting something new and things getting going, but feeling a little tight in the pocket and a little frustrated that things are not flowing like you like them to. Using your better judgment, moving into a place where you're giving and getting rid of things you don't need, and then things start to flow in your direction. Excellent. At which point you're going to be in a position to stand up for something that you do care about, okay? So be aware that your opinion still matters. It may not go 100% your way, but at least you're going to voice your opinion, right? Which, being heard is sometimes the most important part of any conversation. So cool. Let your voice be heard, let people know what you really want, and you'll be able to move forward. All right? Excellent. So one of the things I'm going to do now is, instead of having 2 guiding cards for the month, I'm going to pull a weekly animal from the Animal Dreaming Oracle cards. These are an Australian deck from Scott Alexander King. They're pretty brilliant, and I really want to share them with you. I think they're kind of neato. Oh my, they aren't sliding out though, are they? All right, so let's get some of these moved around a little bit. Okay, so Aquarius, we're going to pull you a card for this week, the 4th through the 10th. They're all pre-programmed, so not to worry. Huh, I want one of those, like that one. All right, cool. And I have to be careful because they're sticky, and they will suck up the other cards if I'm not careful. So, let's look at your card. Ooh, we have snake. Transmutation. Indeed. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, it's talking about how you are like making lemonade out of lemons, right? You're taking what you're given and you're making it work, all right? You're going to make things into what they need to be and making them work perfectly. This is using a little bit of stealth mode too sometimes. So even as you're beginning this process, yeah, you might need to go into stealth mode until you feel more abundant and feel very much more squared away. But yeah, but then you're also going to do a little giving and releasing of things, which seems counterproductive to the situation of not feeling like I have anything, but it's actually going to break something loose and it's all going to come straight in. So I like that very much for you. So you're, if nothing else, you're transmuting your own emotions and feelings about your situation from scarcity to flowing to generosity, and the flow happens. Boom. Flow is your word. Excellent. And who flows better than a freaking snake, correct? They're flowy in their own special serpentine way. Ha! Cool. Let's get you a pocket full of rocks, okay? So we're going to pull a few rocks out of this bag for you. Okay, so we have carnelian for your second chakra, we have emerald for your heart chakra, and we have pyrite for all your chakras, okay? So carnelian is all about your creativity and your sexual organs and making sure everything over there is working right. If it doesn't feel right, go see a doctor. I'm not a doctor. This card here is talking about how emerald is here telling you quite clearly that your heart needs some down-to-earth listening. You know, listen to your heart in a down-to-earth way, looking for down-to-earth solutions for what your higher heart wants. So higher heart is a blue stone, or it can be a blue stone or an orange stone up here. I mean, I could even bring this guy up here and say, now we have the physical reality of your male energy pulling, creating what your higher heart wants on a very down-to-earth level, all right? So in fact, I'm going to leave these right here, yes. Let's let this become the male energy required to create physically what you're doing here. It speaks very much to what's happening here and what you're going to be doing over here. Cutting loose your, using generosity to cut loose your feeling of constraint. It's going to be awesome. And pyrite here is saying you are fully protected in this situation. You have nothing to worry about. Everything is going very nicely. Yay. I love that for you. I want that for you. You're going to be great. Okay. I'm going to set these stones down right here. You don't have to carry them if you don't want to. You are indeed very much so allowed to carry any other stones you like. Let me know what you got, because I'm super excited by that sort of thing. Not many people do that. So please, as these work for you or don't work for you, let me know. Comment below. I'm excited. And if you have anything you want to talk about or how this reading presents for you, please let me know how that's going. I'd like to hear from you. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, do so now. It's totally free and it really helps me keep the channel going and keep things moving in the right direction. All right. Yes, little baby channel here. We're just starting out. I rebranded myself, so this has been a bit of a thing. So I love every one of you, and I'm here for all of it. Okay? Thank you very much for being here. We will talk next week about the 11th through the 17th. Thank you.